Culture State.
Yep.
Here, ACC Kickoff.
Yes.
2022. Man, the football season is going to be an amazing one. But we heard from Commissioner Jim Phillips today.
Did we? Actually, I'm sorry. I texted you during this. I called it the Phillip Buster.
And that was really good.
Yeah,
by the way.
thank you. Thank you.
Really
I coined that term. That's my term.
Let me.
Don't you steal it.
Let me show you something.
You know who I'm talking about.
Let me show you something, right?
Okay.
I discovered this.
All right.
Read those talking points. This is the card that goes on all of our tables here at the ACC Kickoff. And if you read all of those talking points right there, that is exactly his speech for the first 30 minutes.
The ACC has won 7 national championships in football, men's basketball, women's basketball.
Before he answered any questions.
Yeah, he literally went 25 minutes before we're all like, okay, yeah, cool, we know that. You handed it to us and it's all on your website. We get that. I understand it was also on the ACC network, TV, whatever. But then finally after 25 minutes, like, oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, things in college sports are changing a little bit, and we're exploring all options.
Didn't say anything at all.
Okay.
I mean,
that's it.
You just had UCLA and USC bolt from the Pac-12 for more money to go to the Big Ten. Now, the Big Ten is going to re-up their deal in 2024, which is when UCLA and USC would join.
Because that's when the Pac-12s is actually expiring as well.
And it's supposed to be worth $1 billion a year. You split that up amongst 18 teams, that's over $55 million. What is the ACC paying their teams per year right now?
Not that much.
Around $30 million.
Okay.
So you're going to almost double that just being in the Big Ten. The SEC, also in that neighborhood right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to continue to go even higher, especially when it's time for them to re-up their deal. The ACC is definitely in trouble. But the thing that's holding them together is the grant of rights.
It's the grant of rights
and that's the thing that Jim Phillips was excited about, but he never really gave us anything to say we're going to make it better between now and 2036 when the ACC grant of rights runs out to make teams want to stay beyond 2036.
Yeah, he used a couple of different analogies to make his point about, he's like, he understands, like, yeah, the ACC, we understand that we're in a gated community, but we also want to make things great for everyone else. It's like, okay. I've never lived in a gated community, but I will say this. How can you sit there and say we're in a gated community? It just didn't come across very well. It's like, all right. It's like, you try to say, like, yeah, we're in a gated community, but it's not as nice as theirs, but we want to move in with them. Like, I don't know. It's kind of how it came across.
We're in the nicest part of North Raleigh. And I know that you have to have a code on the entrance to get inside of this particular neighborhood.
Or
we
North
want to
Hills.
show we're no different than the folks that are down there off of Pool Road in Southeast Raleigh. We want everything to be as equitable for them as well. Even though the SEC and the Big Ten, they're living in the Hamptons. Raleigh, though.
Yeah, we got
Raleigh.
I take Raleigh over the Hamptons, by the way.
I would too. But most people wouldn't, especially if it meant that you're going to have bigger opportunities for television exposure, which means better recruits, which means also more money, things like that. I mean, the ACC has a real problem on their hands right now because outside of the grant of rights, what is stopping Clemson, North Carolina, Florida State, Miami from deciding to leave right now?
Well, outside of that, one, if they want to leave, but second of all, it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Someone has to say, come to us. You know, you can't just tell someone, hey, I'm marrying you, and then it's all of a sudden that's the
true.
case.
Georgia Tech is not like going to get any suitors.
Yeah, exactly.
If Georgia Tech says like, hey, ACC, I think we're out, they're probably like, okay, we can finally get ECU and App State.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, well, is there someone else in the Atlanta market that we can pull out?
We can get West Virginia. Let's go for it.
I would just say this. The whole thing came across as tone deaf.
Yeah.
That's really what it came across as. It came across as tone deaf. It's just understanding the fact that, look, we have to take care of us first. That's what matters. We take care of what's best for our conference and our members in order to keep it intact. Because if you don't take those steps, because if you're trying to hold on to, oh, well, we got to take care of this whole thing over here. Like, yeah, we have our gated community, but we got to take care of all the other stuff over here too. Well, I don't know. Like, if you live in a gated community, does all the other stuff matter? Like, I don't know. It's just, again, it came across as tone deaf. I didn't think he came across looking good today. And it definitely has a lot of people raising questions because there was no like, this is what we're doing. Right. We are this is our intention. We are going to look to either expand or strengthen or rework our TV deal, discussing with our schools about what is best for our conference moving forward in terms of plan A, B, C, or steps A, B, and C to reach an end goal. Didn't hear any of that. It was like, well, all options are on the table. Well, of course they are. And that all options are always on the table.
That reminds me of last year, right? When the big talking point last year was, will the ACC move their headquarters?
Yeah.
And he never had a definitive answer then, even though it was already leaked out. And here we are a year later, and we still don't have a definitive answer.
We still don't have an answer.
So how are we supposed to believe that you're saying in about a month or so, we're going to release what we found out, what could be new revenue models, which can make us more money, which can make more people happy. Everything is on the table, and nobody was going to want to leave the ACC.
Yeah.
Like, how are we supposed to believe that? And
remember the whole we have this alliance with the Big Ten and the Pac-12 for all this stuff, and then the Big Ten's like, whatever. like it was good for like a moment for like one vote regarding the college football playoff, but otherwise it was
that's like an up and coming rapper happened to meet Jay-Z in the elevator and was like, yo, Jay-Z, I rap. All right, let me hear something. You spit a little bar. It's like, okay, that's all right. Can we work together? We'll see.
Yeah.
And you go tell your friends, we're going to work with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
A year later, where's the song? I thought you were working with Jay-Z. No. I got his manager, homeboy's girlfriend's number, and when I call him, and I have to speak to the cousin first, but then before I get to the girlfriend's manager, and then when I get there, then Jay-Z is going to come to the studio.
So it was disconnected. But I found him on Facebook.
I didn't have minutes, and it was after 9 o'clock. I got my phone in 1999, and I just never upgraded. So.
It flipped, and then the antenna broke. It's just, again, it came across as very tone deaf. I don't know.
And here's something I compared it to as well. And now I was talking with the guys from the OG.
Oh, I heard you say that.
Just as somebody who's had to have conversations about race and why certain things are important, why to look at certain things a certain type of way, just for people to throw it back like, no, color doesn't matter. Like, you shouldn't see color and all this. And basically, in theory, you're right. But that erases what is actually happening. I'm telling you that on a daily basis right now, things aren't fair because of one factor. Yeah. And one factor only. So don't tell me what things should be as a way to shut me up. That's the same thing that Jim Phillips just did. Yeah. Right? And it was just one of those things where it's just like, hey, Jim, we get it, man. Like, I know that you're working on things and trying to, but look, these other conferences are way ahead of you right now. They are lapping you, as Joe Giglio said in his question to him. What are you going to do about it right now? No. We believe in the collegiate model. We want to make sure that everybody has a fair playing field.
This is what it should be, but it's not.
Bro, it's not that right now.
Not.
We get it. It's not that right now. What are you going to do to address what is happening now? And that's what he didn't do.
Tone deaf. That's this guy came across as tone deaf. That's all I can say.
I like these Smike colors right here.
Thanks, man.
Yellow, green. Cool. It's my daughter's two favorite colors.
Oh, well, good for them.
Yeah.
The colors, that is.
Well, my daughter who's born, her two favorite colors.
I know. That's good for the colors.
Oh, okay. We said them because I have another daughter on the way. And I was like, I don't know if she knows her favorite color yet. She's in the womb, but,
She might.
Maybe. I don't know if she sees any colors right now.
Once again, we shouldn't see color, Gordon. That's a wrap.
And with that, we're out.